What is gaslighting abuse? You may have heard this term before and you're not quite sure what it is, so we're going to dive in a little bit to talk about what it is and how to handle it. So gaslighting, tactic, strategy, it's some kind of mechanism used by very often powerful people who are sometimes pretty manipulative to control others, to get others to question themselves and essentially anchor some kind of need of validation from the abuser. So when you think about like cult leaders, narcissists, dictators, these are often individuals that really successfully and effectively use gaslighting as a form of abuse on other people. Being the victim of gaslighting abuse is difficult, it's challenging, and sometimes you're not even aware that it's happening.
They don't want anyone in their life who exposes them for who they really are, holds them accountable for their actions, forces them to take responsibility for themselves. So now that you're kind of switching gears, there's going to be a little bit of backlash that happens. So since a narcissist is actually addicted to narcissistic supply, they need it in order to live because they don't have a good, healthy sense of themselves. They don't know how to stay connected. They constantly need outside validation. They need people around them to not hold them accountable, not tell them that, hey, what you did was a little messed up. Hey, you shouldn't have done that. Hey, I actually also need to think about how I feel and what I need in this relationship, and it can't just be all about you and what you want to do. So because they need supply and they're addicted to it, when you take any addiction away from someone who's unhealthy, there's going to be withdrawals. You can also look at narcissistic supply as control, and that's essentially what it is. I want to control what you think of me. I want to control what others think of me. I want to control how you treat me. I want you to basically do this, this, and this, and then I'll be completely happy. So that's really what supply is a person being able to give the narcissist everything that they want to hear, they want to see, not holding them accountable, sweeping everything under the rug, and not ever really even thinking about what that person needs, because it's all about what I need as the narcissist. So if I can control everything, then I don't have to worry about anyone ever leaving me or abandoning me. And really that, at the core of every narcissist, that's the biggest fear. And that's why they need narcissistic supply. And that's why they need to control how everyone sees them, is because if I can control a situation, then I'm not in a vulnerable state because I'm in control. So not only is the withdrawal happening, and not only is the narcissist probably going to start to get very angry and use different tactics to kind of punish you, what they really want to do is they really want to prove you wrong, especially to the people around you. The things that are done in a narcissistic rage can honestly be extremely dangerous. Now you have to understand, this is just like any other disorder or disease in the sense that because they're going through withdrawals, because they're so angry at you for essentially taking away their favorite toy, which is you, and exposing them and showing the world like, hey, I see who this person is and you guys don't see this, just that whole ability to see this person for who they are, whereas maybe no one else has ever done that before, that will cause this person to go into a severe, serious rage. And this rage is basically just a coping mechanism that they have in order to, on some level, deal with what's happening. Now, what's happening is because you're exposing them, you're basically showing not only them, but also the world that they're not perfect, that they're actually flawed. And that goes against the entire image that this person has tried to portray and the character that they've tried to play for so long. So, of course, they're going to get extremely upset and angry. Now, like I said, what can happen in a narcissistic rage is very different depending on the person, but there are a ton of things that could happen in terms of physical abuse, verbal abuse, violence, bullying, just being very relentless with what it is that they want. They could begin gaslighting you. They can begin spreading rumors about you. This is where the smear campaigns come into play. Control, manipulation, and supply are like the three things that every narcissist is going to need and going to use in their games with people, their, quote, relationships with people. Now, the rage was just basically backlash of them feeling out of control because you now see them differently than what they want you to see. So they're going to go back into manipulation in order to start to hopefully gain control over perhaps what you think of them or perhaps what other people now think of them. So now in this phase of manipulation, there's a lot of things that can happen. One of the things that often happens is a little bit of cruelty because they still know that on some level, you know who they are, right? So they might try to manipulate you and be the nice person again and try to like win you over, but they're gonna do certain things, just cruel things to basically get under your skin to expose who you are. So this is when they're going to start picking at you. Because remember, this person knows exactly who you are too. They know exactly where your wounds are. They know where to cut you at your knees. They know what to do to you to get under your skin. And they're going to try every trick in the book. So they're going to provoke you. They're going to say things to you. They're going to want to kind of shove a new supply in their face or show you that you're not important to them either. So they're going to play this childish game now because they want to, like I said, they want to provoke you because they want to get under your skin so you can react. Because by you reacting and you becoming irrational or you getting entangled in the drama or you going into a rage yourself over something that they're doing and they're saying, it basically makes them feel better because they, and this sounds so sick and twisted, but they actually get a high off of you suffering because on some level it proves to them that they matter, that they exist, that they're there, and they can get under your skin. And I don't even know if it makes them feel better. It just makes them feel important. Like, hey, I matter to this person because I can get under their skin and they can react to me. It's a high. It's just the same thing as, being a great source of narcissistic supply and giving this person admiration and love. And yep, I'm going to sweep that under the rug and whatever you want in the relationship. That is no different than you getting entangled in the drama that they're trying to give you and you becoming enraged. It's the same high that they're going to get. That's why they always say a narcissist needs attention, no matter if it's negative attention or positive attention.
Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, "Let me take the speck out of your eye," when all the time there is a plank in your own eye? You hypocrite. First, take the plank out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye.